Mr. B of the Adventures of Mr. and Mrs. B. I'm out and about down by the riverfront today. I'm going to see if I can catch a barge coming down the river. Anyway, I'll tell you about a few things as we go. Mrs. B's home with Buster right now. It's about 95 degrees out here, and she thinks that's just a little bit too hot for her. So I decided to weather it for a while and see what happens. So come on with me. We'll go for a little adventure here. This is the Red Wing Grain Company. And you can see the size of these grain elevators. Next couple of months, this place will be just jam-packed with semis, farmers bringing their grain into the elevators. And then from here it'll be packed on barges and shipped off to wherever it's got to go. Well, I'm walking around the back side of this granary. I'm going to show you a little short clip here of these barges sitting here. They're actually waiting to get filled. Well, this is the back side. And once again, we're at Red Wing Grain Company. And this is how they fill the barges from here. You can notice these barges are sitting pretty high up in the water right now, and that's because they're empty. When they're filled, they'll be sitting way down in the water. Each one of these barges has a 9-foot draft. They're about 195 feet long and 35 feet wide, I think, for the most part, for the average barge. Just a little bit more about some of these barges. An average barge will hold 15,000 tons. Train car is 100. So you're talking 15 train cars. And I thought, if I was right looking it up, 56 semis per barge. And these barges through this section of the river usually come up in rows of 3, 4 deep. So 12 barges to a towboat when they come up through this section. Well, I'm at Bay Point Park now, and here's where I'm going to wait and see if we can find a barge. Well, if you've seen our Red Wing video, you've probably seen these boathouses as we drove by from the street side. I just wanted to cover them a little bit and say something about them. I counted the rows this morning on my way in. There's about 150 boathouses here. So, and some of them are 2-car garages. Well, I'm down here going to wait for that barge, so I'm just killing time. Thought I'd give you a glimpse of the marina down here that's attached to Bay Point Park. Well, I thought if I was going to wait for that barge, I'd have a sandwich. I had to dump the hat too. It's so hot today that even the straw hat is hot. So I threw on the bandana. What do you think? Biker or hippie? I like to think of myself as a biker. Anyway, I'm going to finish my sandwich and I'll get back to you as soon as I see a barge come up the river. Bad boys, what are you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys.
Bad fishermen.
Oh yeah, bad fishermen. Bad fishermen, bad fishermen. Bad fishermen, bad fishermen. What are you gonna do when they come for you? Bad fishermen.
How about bad boaters?
Oh, bad boaters. Well, it looks like this towboat coming in has got 3 rows of 3. So that's 9 barges he's pushing up the river. You might wonder why they call it a towboat. This is where our history comes into play. If you were to go back in time, you would have found horses or mules pulling these barges up the river. They would have been a lot closer to shore, and there would have been a trail along the river, and the mules would have been pulling the barges. From there it went to boats, and the boats towed the barges up the river. But as time went on, they started pushing the barges, and they found that pushing the barges gave them more control than towing the barges. So I guess you could call them push boats, but the term towboat stuck. So even today they call them towboats. This shows a perfect example of one of the barges being empty. Looks like the 3 on the far right there are empty, and the 6 on the other side look full. I knew if I sat here long enough I'd see a barge. Yeah. Well, you can hear the power in that boat. Well, check out who came down to the riverfront after all. Remember earlier when I told you her and Buster were going to sit home in the air conditioning? Well, Buster's still back there guarding the house, but Diane's here. And I think from this point we're going to say goodbye. And hey, give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're always going places. Bye.